All right, guys. Man, it's been a while. For those that tune in regularly, you've probably been thinking, where in the world is Kobe? I see her on Facebook. I see her here and there out in public, but I haven't seen any videos. I know it's been a minute. It's been probably about a couple of months now since I've done a sermon, but I'm alive and well. And if you do have me on social media, I'm still I'm still preaching. I'm still putting stuff out there, not on video. I hadn't been putting stuff on video for about a couple of months, but I've been typing some stuff, putting some posts up, some statuses on Facebook. So if you've been paying attention, I've still been telling you some stuff. I've been telling you some stuff. I've been really sharing what's been on my mind lately, really ministering. But anyway, so I've been out of action for a bit, but just letting y'all know everything's good. It's really pretty awesome right now. I was just really busy, been really busy with things in life, nothing bad, but just really trying my best to be more balanced, trying to just get everything stable, just trying to get right in my mind, just trying to get closer to God. I've been working on myself and trying to let God work on me more, and just trying to get better, just trying to be a better person for myself, for my relationship with God, for my socializing with other people. I just been working on myself and been real busy, but I'm still here, still kicking. I know some of y'all are used to me always posting something. I remember one time somebody was all like, "Man, every time I'm on Facebook, you got them videos up, you preaching about something." But yeah, I know it's been a minute, but I'm here. I'm back in action. I'm here. I promise I'm good, alive and well. And I hope that all of you are doing well, that things have been going good for y'all. It's 2019. This is my first sermon for this year. And very excited about it. I believe it'll certainly be a blessing to some, but I believe to some other folks, this is definitely a warning message. So it's a blessing for some and a warning for others. And so with that said, if you listen to me a lot, y'all know how every now and then I have a sermon where I start out and I'm like, okay, I'm talking to two types of people in this message, Group A and Group B. Y'all know what I'm talking about? Well, guess what? This is one of those messages. This is one of those sermons. I'm talking to two different sets of people, A and B, and I'm here to let Group A know that I've got a good message for you, something that will encourage you, something that will let you know that you are on the right track and you're set up for something really good. But I gotta say to somebody, whether it's one person, whether it's a few or many, ooh-wee, you're walking into this year with a really big warning. And I have a feeling that whoever may need this probably has not been your first one. It's just your first one from me. So here we go. Here we go. So the name of this sermon is going to be Scars. Simply put, scars. And I'm talking about more than one type of scar. For Group A, you guys are some people who you've, over the years, and whoever this is for, I don't think this is like recent stuff, but whoever this is for, over the years, over time, you have endured scars, but not necessarily so much on the outside of your body. I'm talking about scars on the inside. I'm talking about maybe emotional scars, maybe mental scars, scars spiritually. I don't know specifically for every particular individual who may need this, but I'm just saying that for those of you who are in Group A, you've been scarred, you've carried some scars on the inside, and they run deeper than any scar that you may have on the outside. You've got stuff going on that may not be easily seen by the natural eye, but whoever this is for, you are someone or some people who you're not the type that you just always throw off emotional baggage onto other people. In other words, you're not always informing any and everybody all the time that you're so scarred. In other words, you know you've had your issues, you know you've been scarred, but what I'm saying is you're not always trying to get a pity party out of everybody. And so what happens is you got people that come along and they're always questioning you. And this is going to be a sign for somebody or some people that this is for you right here. You have people in your life or people that you come across over time, and they're always questioning you about why you won't open up. Maybe that resonates with somebody here in recent months, in the past few months. Maybe it seems like you've noticed that certain folks keep questioning why you don't talk more. Why do you not open up more? And it's not that you're antisocial. It's not that it's not that they get necessarily a vibe that you're rude or you're stuck up. You speak, but you're not just bleh. You're not just letting all of what's in you hang out. And so what happens is you got people that open up, and it's almost, have you ever kind of felt like and I've had this happen before, stuff like this used to happen around certain folks I used to be around years ago, but it's like you've had moments where you might walk into a room, or you walk up to a group of folks, or some folks will come up to you, and a conversation will start up, and it's kind of like a chain reaction where somebody will say something, and then somebody else kind of opens up about that subject, and then somebody opens up about that subject, and then everybody looks at you, and then they're all waiting on you to kind of open up, and you get this feeling inside of you that is staged. In other words, the conversation didn't naturally start. It wasn't a naturally started up conversation. It's like you feel like it's a setup. You feel like before you even came into the room, or before you even came into the vicinity, or in their little bubble, in the bubble of the group, they already came together and had a conversation and was like, well, say this, and then I'm going to say that, and then I'm going to say that, and we're going to see if we can get him or get her to say blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? Like, you can kind of tell that they're acting, and they're trying so hard to just seem natural, like they're really just flowing in the conversation. But it's like you get this feeling that, you know what I mean? Like they're all in on it, and they're all waiting on you to open up about this or say that. Okay, maybe that's something that resonates or registers in somebody. But maybe those are things that have been going on with you lately. It just seems like people are hounding you more and more about why you won't talk about certain personal things, or why you don't talk about certain things that much, or why maybe you would talk about this, but now you don't really talk about it. And it's not so much them asking. It's like you notice that it's just like they're determined. It's like they're, by the way they talk and their demeanor, it's like they're so determined to get you to talk about certain stuff. And it's like it's now to the point where it's like you can tell they're kind of butthurt. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you're just like, man, they just, they really just won't kind of let this die down. Why, and you're wondering why certain things are such a big deal to certain folks. Why do you want to know this so bad? Like, 5 minutes ago, you weren't even that focused on me, and now it's just like you're always, questioning this and that, and it's so irrelevant, and, it should be irrelevant to you, But it's like people are so curious about you, but not in a normal, I'm interested in this person kind of way. It's like you can tell it's you know what I mean? It's like it's strange. It just seems like there's something behind it. Like, why are you so persistent and so intent on knowing this and hearing about that? What is the deal? Why all of a sudden these things matter to you? What's going on? And maybe that's what you're going through, but you're just at this point where you don't just vent to any and everybody because you know better. You've learned some stuff, probably the hard way, probably more than once, probably with some of the same people over and over. But you get my point. And so you're just in this weird position in life where it seems like you kind of have to be careful. And you're wondering who, like some people you're thinking, okay, I know I can't trust them, and I know I can't trust them, but there's these folks over here, I'm just not sure if I can trust them, or how much I can or can't say. I just don't know fully for sure where they stand. And so you're always, just while people are trying to study you out, they may not understand or may not realize that even though you come across as nonchalant and you're just kind of la-di-da, that in your mind you're questioning them, and you're observing them and what they say, because just like how they're trying to figure you out, it's like you're trying to figure them out. You're trying to figure out where they stand on what side of the line. Are they for you? Are they against you? Are they one of those people that try to play in the middle and ride the fence? And 1 minute they're cool with this person, the next minute they're buddy, and the next minute they're over here with your enemy, and the next minute, and you're trying to figure out where exactly people stand. But you can't come right out and say it. You can't come right out and express it. Come on, you know what I'm talking about. You can't just, because then it's just going to make it worse. The more you let more people know that you're suspicious of them, and the more you start questioning them about their intent and why they want to know this, and what do you think about this situation and this person? Why are you hanging out, with this person so much if you supposedly just can't stand them? And y'all know what I'm talking about. You're at that point now where you're just kind of like, ooh-wee. But if any of that resonates for you, as awkward as this is, and as much as you may be thinking, okay, Lord, help me out here. I need some discernment. I need some wisdom, and that's all great stuff to pray for. But I'm just letting you know that you're on the right track. This message is probably for you, and I'm here to let you know that this is a year that life is going to get better for you. Now, I'm not going to stand here and say, oh, I know God's going to get you, millions of dollars in this fancy vehicle and this big home. That's not what I'm saying necessarily. Maybe that'll happen, maybe it won't, I don't know. But what I'm saying is, life, let me put it to you this way. It's almost like, it's kind of like when people say it starts on the inside first. It's almost like life inside of you is it is getting better, but it's gonna keep getting better. And as this keeps getting better in here, and your mindset and your outlook keeps getting better, stuff around you is gonna keep getting better. Life in general, I'm not saying it's gonna be easy all the time and you won't, go through your hiccups and your bumps in the road. I'm not trying to say life is suddenly always gonna be a bed of roses. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that the quality of your life is about to get so much better. And I know a lot of people have been going on and on and on about how, their New Year's resolution, new year, new me, and this is my New Year's resolution. And by the way, I don't know if any people that go to the gym watch any of my videos, but I'm going to say this. I've been going to the gym since October, okay? And here lately, these past couple of weeks or so, I've been seeing some new faces when I go in there, and I just want you to know I'm watching you to see if you stick with it. No, I'm just messing with you. But you better keep this resolution. You better stay in the gym, or I'm gonna find you and I'm gonna spank you. No, I'm just joking. But I have been noticing. And so I'm just curious to see if certain people that started up in the year is going to keep it up. Because the thing about it is, certain things, it just seems like there's such more success and a continuation and a consistency in it. A lot of times when we just suddenly do something, when we finally put our fist down or our foot down and say, you know what, this is what I'm going to do, I'm going to stick it out. There's something about doing it spontaneously that just has this power to it versus saying, well, I'm going to wait till the new year. I'm going to wait till the new year, because then the new year gets here and you do it, and then all of a sudden you're like, nah. It's like the more you get yourself hyped up, the quicker that hype falls versus just being spontaneous and doing it. So a lot of people have these New Year's resolutions. A lot of people are like, this is going to be better. This is going to be my year. And it's great to have that mindset as we are in this year and going forward into this year. But I'm just here to let some folks know your life, the quality of your life is going to get better regardless of your New Year's resolutions, whether or not you keep certain New Year's resolutions that may not necessarily have anything to do with God and, church and all that. Regardless of if you stick with it, I'm letting you know that God wants to make your life better regardless of your fleshly plans, your carnal plans that might make your life better. In other words, you may have plans, but God has plans for you, right? He has good thoughts towards you, not to hurt you, but to prosper you. He's got something for you. He wants to make life so much better for you, more so than what you can do with a New Year's resolution. He wants to do something. But a big part of the reason why this is going to be super awesome for you is because you are avoiding 3 V words. You're avoiding 3 V words. Words that start with the letter V. And because you are in the situation you're in, and you've been scarred so much on the inside, but you kept going, and you kept praising God, and you kept the faith, and you didn't give up on God when you gave up on people, and you didn't give up on God when other folks gave up on you and doubted you, because you've kept pressing through. And you've kept on pressing through regardless. Because you're still standing and you're still holding on to the hem of his garment, so to speak. And because you have refused to cling to 3 V words that most people in your shoes that have gone what you've gone through would go after those 3 V words, but because you haven't, that's why God is going to fulfill those V words, and your life is you're going to see it. Your life is going to be so good. The quality of your life is going to be so good. What 3 V words am I talking about? Real quick, let's go to scripture. So, the first area of scripture I want to look at is Deuteronomy chapter 32, verse 35. This is going to be your key verse. If you're in group A, the group I've been talking to thus far, this right here, this is your key verse. And hold on tight, because there's some more verses we're going to look at further into this message. So this verse says this. This is what the Lord would have to say. To me, he's talking about himself, not you. To me belongeth vengeance and recompense. Their foot shall slide in due time, for the day of their calamity is at hand, and the things that shall come upon them make haste. I'm going to read this one more time. To me belongeth vengeance and recompense. Their foot shall slide in due time. For the day of their calamity is at hand, and the things that shall come upon them make haste. He's saying, vengeance is mine. We've heard that quoted many times in the church world. Vengeance is mine, saith the Lord. He's saying, vengeance is mine, recompense is mine. Listen, payback is all mine. And your enemies, who have made themselves basically enemies with me, listen, in due time, their foot shall slide. Just like how people keep trying to set you up, they're trying to set you up for a slide. When I read this, I think about how, in the cartoons, you got somebody running around being goofy, and then there's a banana peel, and they zip, right? They slip, fall back. It's like they're setting you up for a slide, for a slip and fall. Like you're on some slip and slide at an amusement park where only they're amused. Right? Ain't nothing about what you've been going through been amusing to you. Ain't nothing been fun about it for you. But boy, you've had some folks watching you that have been so amused. Cause you feel like you've been just in a maze. Not amazement, just in a maze. They've been in amazement by how long you've lasted, because they didn't think you would even last this long. They're still waiting on you to pass out, faint, tap out, like you in the UFC. But you're still going. You're still trucking, bless your heart. And so, they're going to be set up for their own sliding of the foot. Calamity is at hand. A sliding of the foot and calamity at hand. God's going to take care of it. Now, I know a lot of us, we know what vengeance means, but real quick, I wanted to share this real quick. So, let's go over these 3 V words. One of them I just said, vengeance. Let's look at some definitions of that. Vengeance, to infliction of injury, harm, humiliation, or the like on a person by another who has been harmed by that person. Violent revenge, the act of or desiring for taking revenge. Retributive punishment. In other words, just payback. Somebody hurts me, I want to hurt them back. Somebody embarrassed me, I want to embarrass them back. They humiliated me in front of these folks, I'm going to humiliate them in front of their folks. That's the concept of vengeance. It's like, I'm not going to wait on karma, I'm going to get you myself. All right. The next V word is vendetta. It's like vengeance, but taking it to the extreme. So here's definitions of vendetta. A prolonged feud, a quarrel, a private feud in which the relatives of a family, in which the relatives of a murdered person seek vengeance by killing the murderer or some member of his family. So basically what this comes down to is it's like vengeance, but taking it further. For one, it's something that's very personal. See, vengeance, you might get hurt, you might want to mess with somebody back, but then there's that deep down hurt where you take it super personal, so personal that you don't want to just get back at that person. You'll hurt them, you'll hurt anybody associated with them, anybody that you think that person loves. You want to take matters into your own hands in a very extreme way. And it's said prolonged. In other words, it's like something that's been drawn out for a long time. And it seems like no matter how much something is about to come to a head, it just keeps getting dragged out. In other words, it's like people are even watching, waiting to see if some conclusion to the matter, to the feud, finally happens. And everybody's on the edge of their seat, waiting silently and patiently, waiting to see how this climaxes, how the feud between 2 people or 2 parties or 2 family members or 2 ex-best friends, it's just people waiting to see how this finally plays out. A vendetta. And the last V word is vindication. What does it mean to vindicate? Here's what vindicate means. To clear as from an accusation, imputation, suspicion, or the like. In other words, if you want to be vindicated, You want your name to be cleared of all naysay. You want your name to be cleared from a bunch of nonsense. You know you've been lied on. You know people bear false witness against you. You know people talk trash about you. You know they said this and do that, did that, accuse you of so much good to folks, and then when you're not around, your name is just dragged through the mud. Anything along those lines. But you know, you may get a point where you say, you know what? I don't know how this can happen. I know I can't do it because folks ain't gonna listen to me because they already think something of me. But somehow, some way, I want my name to be cleared of this. Yeah, I shouldn't matter what people think and blah, 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 blah. But I'm tired of this. I'm tired of months, maybe even years going by of people having this jacked up mentality of who I am. And they think they got me figured out. All because of lies. All because of a misconception. You want vindication, regardless of the cost. Even if it may hurt or upset somebody else or put somebody else in a bad spot, when the truth about them gets told, you don't care. You just want vindication. So, vengeance, vendetta, and vindication. There are people in your shoes who would want those things so bad. They want vengeance. They got a vendetta. They want vindication. They want it so bad. It doesn't matter the cost. But because you're over it. You're over it. You're like, whatever. Deuces. I just want to move on. I'm tired of the drama. I'm tired of the chaos. I'm tired of going in circles. I try my best to be forgiving, but it gets really tiring and aching to me to keep trying to give the same person or people or groups of people chance after chance after chance, and they keep being a snake towards me. Come on. And you're at a point where you're just like, okay, I got to move on. I don't care how I'm going to get out of this. I don't care what I have to walk away from. I don't care who I have to walk away from. I don't care how long I've invested in this. I don't care how long I've invested in that. You know, I've sown seeds, different seeds, financial seeds, spending my time, that type of sowing a seed, giving my heart and my emotions and my caringness, that type of sowing a seed. I minister to people here and there, sow that type of seed. I sowed seeds. I was good to certain folks when they just did me so wrong. Come on. Trying to reap good things because I know you reap what you sow. So I'm trying to reap right, sow right, because I know you reap what you sow. So I'm trying to sow right. I'm trying to do stuff so right, you know. You want to sow right and do stuff so right. But you're at a point where you're like, I'm not even at a point where I'm trying to wait to see if I reap a blessing in this place or in this area or in this person. I don't even want to wait anymore. I just want to go. I just want to move forward. I just want to get out of this. I just want better. I just want a better life. I don't care if I come across as stuck up. I don't care if I come across as arrogant. I don't care if I come across a certain type of way. If people assume that I'm walking away because I feel like I'm too good. I don't care if people assume that if me walking away was because I was offended, even if really it's just some of them being offended, but they don't want to see it that way. You're over it. You're just over it. You're over it. You're like, whatever. I throw my hands up. Don't care. Put my hands in the air like I just don't care. Because I really don't. So, you know. As y'all can see, I'm still just a silly. That ain't changed. I've been changing. I've been working on myself. But that ain't changed. I'm still silly in these messages. But anyway. But you get my point. You're just like, I'm over it. I wipe my hands of it. I'm done. Whatever. Just deuces. I'm ready to go. Let's go. God, let's go. What now? What's the next move? Where I go now? What do I do now? What do I say next? I'm ready. I can't just be sitting still no more. I got to do something. You just ready. You just ready. Some of y'all probably ready for something you don't even know what it is. You just know you're ready. It's just something in your spirit is just ready. You just ready to do something. You're ready to move. You're ready to get up and just do something. You want to go out and tackle the world with a whole new mindset, a whole new strategy. And the only reason why you ain't done this or done that is simply because you didn't learn the hard way. Certain things you got to wait on God for. You can't just make certain really big decisions without the Lord guiding your footsteps. So you're just like, Lord, I'm just patiently waiting. You might be walking around your house looking crazy, pacing the floors during the night or in the day. Just, Lord, I'm listening, Lord. Lord, I need your help. Lord, something's got to happen. Something's got to break. And I'm just letting you know, whoever needs this, it's coming. I know you might seem a little confused right now because you're trying to figure it all out. And you know you can't, but you still have those moments where you're just like, oh, man. Oh, what's going to happen? Something's got to happen. I know something's got to happen. Something's got to happen. And you know you got to be patient, but you're on the edge of your seat, just ready to just do something. But just keep holding on, keep being patient, keep waiting. Don't give up, don't throw in the towel. Just keep pressing forward because I'm telling you, it is coming. It's coming. It's coming. Just hold on. I'm telling you. Don't worry about trying to get vengeance. Don't worry about having a vendetta. Don't worry about trying to get vindication, because since you are just so over it, you don't care. All you're doing is setting yourself up for God to fulfill all three of those things, because that's not what's in your heart. You might say, well, that sounds crazy. Why? Why would he fulfill that when that's not in my heart? I thought the Lord wants to fulfill the desires of our heart. Yeah. But sometimes he'll do stuff for you because it would be good for you, even if that's not even what's in your heart. Prove it. Y'all remember that story of Solomon, right? I was thinking about this just before I started recording this message. Solomon, he was the wise one, the wise king, the one that we know as the wise one. If you remember how that played out, he was asleep. God spoke to him in a dream. Remember that? God spoke to him and asked him what he wanted. And he thought about it. He said, wisdom. I need wisdom on how to lead your people. If you want me to be king and lead these people, I need God-given wisdom. Not my mentality, not my old way of thinking, not my old mindset, not my old strategies from the old dusty playbook. I need wisdom from the Lord. And God was so impressed that not only did he give him wisdom, but he gave him what else? A whole bunch of stuff he didn't ask for, and he even told him, I'm going to give you these things because you didn't ask for them. Oh, my goodness. He was like, I'm going to give you wisdom, and I'm going to give you a whole bunch of stuff that other kings do ask for. I'm going to give you some stuff that other folks in your position would ask for. I'm going to give you, listen, you can have the heads of your enemies. You can have great wealth. You know what I mean? He starts naming off stuff. I'm going to give you this stuff over here that you didn't ask for, but I'm going to give it to you because I know a lot of other folks that are in a position like yours, or people that would or could be in a position like yours. These are the things that they would be asking for. These are the things that are in their hearts, and sometimes I don't give it to them because even though it's in their hearts are not in the right place. Oh my goodness. See, that's the thing. Yeah, God likes to give us the desires of our hearts, but it's about whether or not what's in our heart is in his will. Sometimes we got things in our heart that conflict with his will, with his plan for us. Some of the stuff that we want is in our hearts because our heart ain't right. We want some evil, jacked up stuff, or some evil, jacked up stuff to happen to somebody else. Come on. We got hidden agendas as to why we want this and why we want that. He knows that we're in a state where some of the stuff we might want would be good for us, but because we're not right, it would wreck us. Come on. Oh my goodness. Man, it feels good to be back in action. Boy, this is fun. This is fun. Anyway, but he said to him, I'm gonna give you what you asked for and some stuff you didn't even ask for. I'm gonna give you the whole shebang bang. And that's what he did. A matter of fact, I'm gonna touch on that a little bit more next sermon, I believe, because I already got some stuff that I feel like I need to talk about next message. But anyway, but that's what I'm saying to you. There are people that if they were in your shoes, if they were blessed like you or about to be blessed, like how you're about to be blessed, that's what they would want if God came to them. They'd be like, man, I want to see them look stupid in front of their friends like how they did me. All of a sudden they'd be hood. God, let me tell you, they did this. I want to see that happen to them, you know. Normally they be all crunk. Now they hood now because they think God's fixing to give them something or do something for them. They're too scared to do. So now they talking trash to God. God, I know you can do it. I know you can get payback from me. I know they did me wrong. Now I want you to make them look stupid. I want them to feel what I felt. Right. But all I'm gonna say is, I'll just say this: you might just be surprised with how God wants to bless you. God may just be wanting to clear your name of some stuff. He might just clear some stuff up publicly. Oh my goodness. Vengeance is his, but he might just let you be there to. He might just let you stand back and watch it happen. Is all I'm saying. All I'm saying is, because you're over it, because you're not seeking after these certain things, you might just get to see it all play out anyway. Just cause you're over, just cause you don't want it. He be like, you know what? You don't even want that. I'm gonna give it to you because you don't want it. You know, probably, and maybe it's just simply because he knows you might be at a state or a place of mind now, a state of mind now, where you'll be humble about it. You might see somebody slip in a trap that they set for you, and instead of laughing and pointing and always being like, ah ha ha, that's what you get, you might just have compassion for them. Even when they wouldn't have it for you if it was the other way around. Maybe that's why. Maybe it's just an opportunity for God to use you so that others see how they should really be. In other words, when you're humble, when you see your enemy falls and you can still have compassion and still not look down on them the way maybe they look down on you, you now set the bar. You now have raised the standard that the folks who should have had the high standard have lowered. And so now they see the standard they really should be living up to. It's not maybe so much that they don't know better, but maybe they just haven't seen people set and live the standard. Come on. And so now it's really just God using you as a vessel to get his point across. It's him just using you like them old AT&T commercials that used to talk about raising the bar. He's just using you to raise that bar. Not because you're amazing or all that, but simply because it's his standard. It's his bar. And it always was there, but people keep trying to lower it. So when you set it and people see you do it, it'll do something to them. They'll have to look and say, it's not that this can't be done. It's not that I can't do right to folks. I just purposely wanted to be like everybody else. I wanted to be a bully like everybody else. I wanted to be able to sit at the popular table and make fun of folks like everybody else. Because I haven't seen anybody do better. I know better, but I don't do better because I don't see anybody else around me doing better. But now I know better and I have seen better. I've seen it demonstrated. And now I'm encouraged. Now I'm convicted to be such a way myself. Now you get it. It's going to be good for you. It's going to be good for you. But I will tell you this, in the meantime, there are a couple of things. Well, one thing to pursue that will tie into another thing. So you're wanting the better life. There's something that causes this to play out. I'm going to go through these verses real quick because it's not so much all the details of these scriptures, and it's not so much about, what's going on and the backgrounds of all the people saying all this stuff. There's something that I want you to hear. I just want you to listen to these verses as I read them back to back. And I want you to notice the two words that these verses all seem to have in common. Just listen. The first spot is Job 10:12. It says this: Thou hast granted me life and favor, and thy visitation hath preserved my spirit. Okay, the next one is Esther 7, verse 3. It says, Then Esther the queen answered and said, If I have found favor in thy sight, O king, and if it please the king, let my life be given me at my petition, and my people at my request. Okay. All right. Now the next one is Psalms 30, verse 5. It says, For his anger endureth but a moment. In his favor is life. Weeping may endure for a night, but joy cometh in the morning. Okay. Couple more left. So there's Proverbs chapter 8, verse 35. It says, For whoso findeth me findeth life, and shall obtain favor of the Lord. Okay. Last one is Proverbs 16, verse 15. And it says, In the light of the king's countenance is life, and his favor is as a cloud of the latter rain. Now, what did all those verses, those 5 different scriptures, have in common? What two words kept popping up? Life and favor. In particular, the favor of God. Keep doing what you're doing. Here's my point. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep pursuing God. Keep loving God. Just keep being like whatever to vengeance and vendetta and vindication. Don't worry about it. Just keep having that mindset of I'm ready to be anew. I'm ready to press forward. Lord, make me new. So you don't have to try to put new wine into an old wineskin. Lord, make me over, make me new, so I can get the new wine, so that I can get that fresh anointing, so I can move forward into my purpose and to my destiny. Keep having that mindset, but also continue to seek favor from the Lord. Something that I do want to say is that it is important to have divine connections, and I'll be talking more about that soon, but even though people are important, you got to understand that it's about having favor with God, not so much people, because when you have favor with God, God will put the right people in your path. The right people, not any and everybody, not, every Tom, Dick, and Harry. He puts the right people. In other words, just because God favors you doesn't mean everybody's going to favor you. But the right people at the right time will favor you. Okay? So, favor, when you have that favor of the Lord, it does what? It enhances your life. It makes a better, more abundant life. That's what Jesus said. I came to give you life and life more abundant. So that's what I'm saying. Those words you kept hearing, favor and life, in those verses, specifically the favor of the Lord. In the favor of the Lord is life. That's where your better life is. Continue to pray for favor, grace, favor from the Lord. That's the key. I can't really sing, but a song that I really enjoy that may be a blessing to you if you listen to it and even sing it. It's this song. It's by Tasha Cobbs. For Your Glory. That's the name of it. She's like, Lord, if I find favor in your sight, God, please hear my heart's cry. I'm desperately waiting to be where you are. I'll cross the hottest desert. I'll travel near or far for your glory. I will do anything just to see you, to behold you as my King. That song right there, I'm telling you, there's something about that song, man. I'm telling you, there's something about that song. But anyway, it starts out, Lord, if I find favor in your sight. And that sets the tone for the whole song. Ah, man, it's good. Anyway, go look into that. For Your Glory by Tasha Cobbs. Or Tasha Cobbs Leonard now. But anyway. But favor. Favor of the Lord. All right, so I can see that the video is getting longer than I thought it was gonna be. I thought I was gonna get all this wrapped up in one vid. I'm gonna have to go ahead and make a part 2 to this, a part 2. So this is part 1 of Scars, and this is for Group A. Part 2 will be for Group B. It'll be much shorter than this one for sure, because I'm getting straight to the point with Group B. I'm ready to go in. But real quick, I'm going to go ahead and pray over this video, over this message real quick. Heavenly Father, Lord, I thank you. I love you. Lord, I pray right now that this would be a year of favor, Lord, that, and you know who the people are, but that you would give people your favor, your grace, your mercy that's new every day. But Lord, just let them really feel and experience your mercy, regardless of past mistakes. Lord, you've got some people that they want to get it right. They want to get it right this year. They're ready to move forward like never before. They're refusing to let the past hold them back, regardless of how much the past wants to come back to haunt them. They're ready to move forward, Lord. And so I pray for favor, that they find favor in your sight, Lord. Lord, I pray that they would experience your goodness this year, Lord. And Lord, I pray, Lord, that you would just have your way in their lives, Lord, and that you would restore unto them the years that the caterpillar and the cankerworm and the locust ate up. In the name of Jesus, Lord, I thank you. Amen.